Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Fisher. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a beautiful audience of masked volunteers, and we've got contestants here. It's Spellebration. It's the big fundraiser for Our Kids Read, one of the most important organizations in the state, especially during these difficult times. We need to invest time and money into kids reading. That's what Our Kids Read does. I am the Spelling Bee champion from 2018. Woot, woot. Yes, I took that crown off, and in fact, one of my former competitors is in the crowd tonight, and we've got a great crowd of competitors. We'll introduce those to you in just a moment, but first we need to thank sponsors, because an event like this could not take place without the financial resources and the energy of people like Entergy and team sponsors. That's a presenting sponsors, Entergy, tonight. Team sponsors are Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, Legacy Termite and Pest Control, which was my team 2 years ago, Mitchell Williams Law Firm, and Riggs Cat. So thank you so much. Let's introduce one of our judges, Our Kids Read board member, Maddie Ross, in the house. And let's meet our contestants right now. Let's start with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Man, they are good spellers over there. Their job is dependent on it. Josh Schneider is in the house. Legacy Termite and Pest Control. Power 92.3 in the house. Idris Turner. Now, I have to tell you, I'm both a broadcaster and a print journalist. Broadcasters don't have to spell as much, but I brought it 2 years ago as a broadcaster, so don't let Idris fool you. She can spell. What did you say to me in the break room when we were Cumulus, like right after this? You go, girl, you can spell. I go, that's all I got.
The queen.
The queen. And the box is represented tonight. Mia Banks is here with Riggs Cat. And my friend and another former competitor, Ansley Watson, is here, Mitchell Williams Law Firm. Thank you so much. So girls and guys, let's start with the practice round. And you don't have to know origin, you don't have to use it in a sentence, you don't have to hop on one foot, all you have to do is spell it. So let's see, Miss Watson, what's your future last name going to be?
Covington.
Miss Huffington, H-U-F-F?
No, what?
No,
Covington.
I'm asking you, how do you spell it? Because I can't understand you.
I will spell Covington. C-O-V-I-N-G-T-O-N.
Okay, that was her practice round, Miss Covington.
That was correct, I promise.
I think she would know how to spell her future last name. I was just giving her a freebie.
Yes, ma'am.
So that was Covington. Idris, how about spelling nostril for me? Nostril.
N-O-S-T-R-I-L.
Good job, Idris. Josh, I know you know how to spell rummage, but bring it. Rummage.
Oh, my goodness. R-U-M-M-A-G-E.
All right. And Mia, come on. It's that time of year. Spell Corona for me.
Oh my goodness. She got my word. Wish we had some to drink. C-O-R-O-N-A.
There you go. How smart are our contestants tonight? And that's what we're doing. Of course, we're doing a virtual event because it is the sign of the times, but also the sign of the times for organizations like Our Kids Read is your financial donations. But it's just very important that you participate financially. If you can be a volunteer, my daughter and I have done it. We absolutely love going to the schools, investing in the lives of these kids. You get 30 minutes with each student. You do 2 and you pick your school. I'm waiting to get my email back that will tell me which school I've been chosen for. I told the ones that I wanted, and it's just a great organization. Something you ought to think about doing. So let's just talk about where the money goes back into this program that helps these kids. You know, when you get there as a volunteer, you go and, like I was at Baker Elementary one year, you open the cabinet, you see the books are all assorted for the kids. You've got something that might challenge a child. You've got something that might be easy for the child. What we're trying to do is build confidence in them as a reader. You know, if you don't, remember, reading is fundamental. Remember that? I mean, really showing my age there. But it's just such a building block for them in so many other areas. And it's really neat to see them scale that mountain for the first time, use that 3-syllable word or whatever it was. I had first graders the first time I did it. My daughter's done second and third graders. We just love it. It's just a great feeling for everybody. It's a once-a-week commitment. That's with time, but then we talk about money. You can donate or bid on items by going to 32auctions.com/Spellebration2020. So we want you to stick around. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Hey, welcome back. We want to introduce you to some very special people to our organization. We're going to honor 2 outstanding volunteers, but also we want to introduce you to Dr. Dionne Jackson. She's the backbone of Our Kids Read and part of the Spellebration and part of the great organization that helps support getting kids in Central Arkansas to read. Here's Dr. Jackson.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to share some information with you about a very special person to Our Kids Read. I'm here to introduce Judge Tawana Bird, this year's Spellebration 2020 Tutor of the Year. Tawana Bird was recently elected as Pulaski County Circuit Judge to the Juvenile Division. She began her legal career with the Pulaski County Public Defender's Office, and in 2002, Bird became a small firm in the North Little Rock area. In August of 2006, Ms. Bird became an assistant city attorney for the city of North Little Rock, responsible for civil litigation, truancy cases in juvenile court, and human resource matters. Tawana has spent her adult life in public service. She is passionate about children, women and girls, the elderly, and healthy living. In 2009, she returned to private practice and opened her law firm, the Office of Tawana C. Bird in North Little Rock, where her primary focus has been juvenile matters. Tawana's life of service was shaped and is influenced by her maternal grandparents and parents, who understood that giving back and looking out for others helped to make communities stronger. They modeled the example of small and not so small ways of serving to impact the lives of others. Her nominator noted, "I love how connected Tawana is to the kids she tutors and the high expectations she sets for them. She's thoughtful about what they read, adamant that they read challenging material of interest to them, and supportive of them as they read. This year, I enjoyed her hashtag Boone Park Chronicles of her adventures in reading with Derek and Zoe. Tawana is the best."
On behalf of Boone Park and myself, we'd like to congratulate Ms. Bird on the Our Kids Read Tutor of the Year. You are an awesome tutor, and we appreciate everything you've done for Boone Park. It's wonderful to see our students' faces light up when you come to the school and read with them. And we look forward to working with you many, many more years in the future. And again, congratulations and thank you.
Please join me in welcoming Judge Tawana Bird, our 2020 Our Kids Read Tutor of the Year.
Thank you, Dionne, so much, and the Our Kids Read board and staff. I was honestly shocked to be selected because while it can sometimes be challenging, volunteering for Our Kids Read has probably been one of the easiest and most rewarding volunteer opportunities of my life. Judy Love and Charlie Conklin actually recruited me to serve as one of the original board members for Our Kids Read, and I started volunteering as a tutor pretty much right in the beginning. First with third graders at Sherwood Elementary, and then I moved over to 7th Street Elementary in North Little Rock with second and third graders, and then last year at Boone Park with a second and a third grade reader. And when I got involved, the statistic back then was 70% of our third graders were below proficient in reading, and the stat that I've seen most recently is that it's 60% now. And that's collaborative effort and some improvement, but it's still a really bad statistic, and it can get better. It has to get better. So I started posting my chronicles pretty early on, really as a way to kind of draw others in to volunteer, not because I wanted to showcase myself, but brag on those kiddos and get other people involved. And it also got me lots of ideas from some of my friends who are educators who would give me advice on different approaches and ways to reach these children. And the real joy of this is seeing and celebrating the little successes on the days that a student seems to get really excited about reading or feels brave and chooses a harder chapter book. One of my first students at Sherwood Elementary was really frustrated pretty early on in our experience, and he said, "I can't do it. I can't read. I ain't never been able to read, and I'm never gonna be able to read." Now, he was in 3rd grade. He didn't come up with that himself. In my mind, he had heard that somewhere, or he had just not properly been encouraged to do better. So I told him, guess what? I'm coming back next week. And the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that, until you get it, and you will be a great reader, and you might even like it. And we hung in there, and he did make some improvements that year. And that's really what it's all about for me. It might just be a small effort, 30 minutes with a child once a week, but it can have a huge, huge impact. I love Our Kids Read. I'm happy to brag on Our Kids Read, and I'm thankful to be a part of Our Kids Read. And I thank you again for this recognition.
Okay, kids, we're back, and we're here for the spelling bee. We're doing it virtually this year. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead and text a friend, tell them that they need to watch, and start thinking about how you can give a financial donation to the folks at Our Kids Read, or to give your time as one of the tutors. A great investment. We're here tonight with our media contestants. We've introduced those. I'll just remind you who they are. All the pretty girls are here. And we're going to go in order of the way that we're going to run things tonight, just to introduce you one more time. We've got Idris Turner over here with the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, Ansley Watson, Mitchell Williams Law. We've got Josh Snyder, Legacy Termite and Pest Control, and Mia Banks with Riggs Cat. And we'll remind you who their media representatives are in just a moment. But if you're ready to take this down, Idris, you ready for your first word?
I'm ready.
Idris Turner is representing the nice people over at Power 92.3. How long have you been there now, Idris? How many years?
Oh my gosh, Lisa, it's been about 15 now.
Stop it.
No, I'm telling
She's
you.
only 18.
Girl, you better tell the truth.
She doesn't look a day older than when I met her. She was still a baby. We were in the break room. All my stories happen in the break room, but I met her in the break room. Okay, you ready for your first word?
Ready.
And let me just go over the rules, how this is going to be done, okay? That's in one of these pieces of paper right here. We're going to spell the words, and I'm going to introduce her like we did. I'll state the word, give the definition, I'll use the word in a sentence. They have 30 seconds to collaborate in the practice round in round one. Then he or she, the spokesman, must begin to spell the word by the end of 30 seconds. We've got fancy people with timers out here. Two teams in the final round only have 15 seconds to collaborate. Spokesperson must be able to spell the word by the end of the 15 seconds. And you can collaborate on spelling the word, but the spokesman is the one who will get up there and give the word. Spokesman will then repeat the word back to the host, spell the word, and then state the word again to the judge. Knows that the spokesperson has finished spelling. The judge will determine if the word has been spelled correctly. Procedures and rules govern the spelling bee. Any disputes will be resolved by Facebook. No, by the judge, and there will be no appeals. The decision of the judge is final. Is that your final answer? Okay, so you ready over here?
Ready.
Idris, you ready?
Ready.
Idris Turner and your wonderful team. And you've got the timer going. Here we go. So we will start with your first word, Idris. It is bumfuzzle. The word is bumfuzzle. It means confuse, perplex, fluster. His attempts to bumfuzzle me did not succeed. Bumfuzzle. She gets 30 seconds. She can talk to her team. And then when they're ready, Idris will be the person who tells us how to spell bumfuzzle.
Bumfuzzle. B-U-M-F-U-Z-Z-L-E. Bumfuzzle.
Correct.
Okay. Now, our next contestant is Ansley Watson. Mitchell Williams Law is her team. And wow, I'm afraid to say this in mixed company, but it's Winkle Picker. Winkle Picker. It's a shoe with a sharp pointed toe. Who had that on bingo words for 2020? She kicked me in my shin with her winkle picker. I know, Carrie, don't look at me. I did not make these rules or the words. Yes. I know.
I need you. Okay.
She has 30 seconds to consult. Carrie is a former journalist, so you'd think she's got some weight in this game. But we will see if she can spell winkle picker.
10 seconds.
I can. It's a winkle picker. Oh, my goodness.
Time.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Winkle picker. WEINKLEPICKER. Winkle picker. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Okay. We get a rebuzz, right?
A buzz off. I believe you have a buzz off if you would like to just pass. Is that correct, Dion?
We rebuzz, please.
Yes.
Does she get the word now, or do we go on? Go on. Okay. Buzz off, man. Okay, our next contestant is Josh Snyder with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, Legacy Termite and Pest Control. The word is numna. Numna. A felt or sheepskin pad placed between a horse's back and the saddle to prevent chafing. She placed a numna under the saddle to calm the horse. Josh? It's not the word you think it is. It's what your dad called you when you were an idiot.
Ten seconds.
How many of you, when you're spelling it, don't you kind of want to write it out or type it out, look at it?
Time.
Time? Okay, Josh. Chop, chop.
If we have a buzz off, I think we would like to exercise that right now.
We're going to be buzzed off before we finish this first round. And we're totally sober. Okay. So we're going to move on to the next team. That's Mia Banks with, is it Hot 96.5? Is that what you call the term? The box?
It's 96.5.
96.5, the box.
Lose the hot.
And so Mia's here with Riggs Cat. There you go. But you're going to hate me when I tell you your word is nagelflu. Nagelflu. Did I say that correctly? I mean, I had to look it up, but German origin, and you may not even care about the rest because you might buzz on off. Say it again. Oh, yeah, use in a sentence, of course. As we topped the rise, the view of the nagelflu was spectacular.
Ten seconds.
No. I thought fifth graders. I thought they got the fifth grade list. This is not the fifth grade list.
Is it our time?
This is the sixth grade list.
Time.
Okay, time.
Okay, we would like to use the Dion buzz off, where you get one and it kind of comes back. We're going to buzz off.
Alrighty. Folks,
These words.
you ready? Nagelfluh. Nagelflu.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that.
What about numna? I was curious.
Okay, and it's not numbnuts, because every time it's numna. Like you numna, Numnah. Numna. How'd you spell? Oh, W-I.
I'm definitely not smarter than a fourth grader if these are fourth graders.
We were close.
You Germaned it. You Germaned it.
Germaned it.
Yeah.
We were close.
Okay, we're going more, these are more Love American style. These are English words. So we are now going back to Idris, right? Idris Turner representing Power 92.3. She's been there 15 years and she's only 18. Idris, here you go, sister. You ready?
Ready.
Sorry, I got to be serious. Snollygoster.
Could you please repeat that slowly?
I will. Snollygoster, a shrewd or unprincipled person. It's what the Democrats call the Republicans, and the Republicans call the Democrats. They call each other snollygosters. Sentence. That candidate is a real snollygoster. Language of origin, unknown, made up.
Could you please say the word one more time?
Your timer's going, but it's snollygoster.
10 seconds.
Snollygozer. SNOLLY GUGOSSER.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
I'm sorry too.
And I'm sorry, I want to remind contestants, once you utter a letter or word, it's in the Bible. Like, you're done. So, though we let Idris show you, she kind of did a reverse and tried to back up and put it in drive again. But once she uttered the U, and then at that point, we knew she was out, okay? So everybody understand that. So it's SNOLLYGOSTER. But you said G, I know. I know, girl. I was right here weeping with you. Okay, so we're going to go to our next contestant, Ansley Watson, representing Mitchell Williams Law. She, of course, is at KATV, and she was a big competitor of mine 2 years ago. That's when we first met. I love her.
What great memories.
Wait, what?
I said great memories.
Yes, it's hard to hear. You
Well,
know how
I'm sorry.
when you go to the nail tech and he's behind that and a wall and so, I agree to everything he says. I have no idea what I'm saying. I go, huh?
That's
'Cause
dangerous.
he's saying words and then he's got a mask and that thing. And I've got a mask. Okay, let's get to the next word. You ready? It is hullabaloo. A loud, continued noise or mixture of noises, state of commotion, excitement, or violent disturbance. What's all the hullabaloo about, people? We're having a spelling bee. Language of origin, Scott. The word is hullabaloo. It's within your 30 seconds. Hullabaloo.
7 seconds.
7 seconds.
Time.
4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Okay.
We would like to buzz off, please.
So they're done with the buzzing. Okay. So Josh, you're our next contestant. Josh Schneider, of course, from the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Legacy Termite and Pest Control. The next word is doodle sack. Doodle sack. It's a bagpipe. The dirge from the doodle sack pierced my soul with emotion. Back to German word, doodle sack. Isn't that what Jackson calls his friends sometimes, though? It sounds like a pejorative term. You doodle sack. Of course, I had numbnut earlier, and I thought it was numbnuts, so.
Can you repeat that one more time, please?
I would love to. Hullabaloo. No, doodle sack. Sorry.
I'll take hullabaloo.
No, doodle sack. Doodle sack.
Okay, doodle sack. DOODLE S-A-C-K, doodle sack.
Correct.
Okay, correct. So now Mia's got our next word.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you do. The enthusiastic team of Riggs Cat, because you've done this many times. You've been on the team before, correct? Who else has competed with the teams here? Anybody else? Okay. I knew Riggs Cat had been here before, or these same guys, these same goofballs who think they can spell. Let's see what you can do. The next one is gobbledygook. Wordy and generally unintelligible jargon. I should know this. Gobbledygook. As the lawyer reads the fine print, it was all gobbledygook to me. Language of origin unknown.
Okay. 10 seconds.
Okay, she's ready.
Gobbledygook.
I know, it's hard to say it.
Gobbledygook. Gobbledygook. Gobbledygook.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Okay, guys, we've got two final contestants tonight. Who's going to win the Spelling Bee champion and be the Queen Bee this year? We'll come back in just a few minutes. Stick around. Okay, guys, we're back. It's the Spelling Bee. We're in sudden death, and it's the final round between two of our teams. We have media representatives, one from the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette and the other from KATV. So we've got two teams that are out and being so gracious to stick around with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for supporting kids reading in Central Arkansas. It's Our Kids Read. You'll see the link. We want to remind you to go there for the silent auction, to donate, to sign up to be a tutor this year. It'll be a great investment in your life. And obviously, things are different in the way we raise funds. That's why this plea is very important. And this time, though we're having fun, it's a very serious time to help the kids in the 3 school districts in Central Arkansas improve their reading scores. I've been a tutor, I've loved it, and I've seen the difference that it actually makes in these kids' lives. So our two final contestants, we're going to start with Ansley's first and then Josh. So, oh my word, some of these words. Okay. Oh my word is what we should be spelling. I just remembered 2 years ago she spelled elephant. We're like, the teams are like, where's the elephant? That's what we need, a good old elephant. No, you ready? And the word for this final round, Ansley, is foible, a minor flaw or shortcoming in character, behavior, weakness. To imitate seems to be a foible of many. The origin is French. You have 15 seconds in this final round.
Foible. F-O-I-B-L-E. Foible.
That is correct.
Great. Josh Schneider is representing the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette in the finals. And of course, he's with Legacy, Termite and Pest Control. Your word is geriatric. Branch of medicine that deals with the problems and diseases of old age and the medical care and treatment of aging people. I'm too young to need a geriatric specialist. They wrote that just for me. That's real cute. Geriatric, 15 seconds.
Geriatric, G-E-R-I-A-T-R-I-C, geriatric.
That is correct.
Are the words easier now in the final round? Okay. Ansley, you've got the next word. It is beguile. It means to hoodwink, to engage the interest of, by, or as if by guile, to lead by deception. She played a young woman hired to beguile a man. Beguile, you have 15 seconds.
Beguile. B-E-G-U-I-L-E. Beguile.
That is correct.
Josh, you have our next word. It is lassitude, a condition of weariness or debility. That immense ambition is gone, replaced by detachment and lassitude. You have 15 seconds.
Can you repeat the word, please?
The word is lassitude.
Five seconds.
Lassitude. L-A-C-I-T-U-D-E. Lassitude.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Womp, womp, womp. In order to crown a winner tonight for the spelling bee, Ansley's team will have to spell the word that Josh missed correctly. That word is lassitude. Lassitude. You have 15 seconds.
Five seconds. Time.
Lassitude. Lassitude. Lassitude.
That is correct.
Congratulations to our winner tonight, Ansley Watson and her team from the Mitchell Williams Law Firm. I know Carrie Case is here. Who's your other helper?
Sadie.
Congratulations. Ansley, if you are not able to fulfill your duties as spelling bee queen, Josh Snyder will be able to wear the crown, and I hope it doesn't turn to that. I hope there's not a cat fight at the end, but congratulations. Thank you for your support for Our Kids Read the Spellebration. Let's congratulate tonight's winner of Spellebration and the Spelling Bee, Ansley Watson from KATV, and her team from Mitchell Williams. Ansley, come get your trophy. It is yours. You can keep it at the TV station. You can keep it. You could wear it around your neck. Yes. Don't you remember the rapper who wore the clock around his neck? Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, you can give financially with the link that you can see here. We're doing this both for Facebook and for YouTube, so this is safe for perpetuity, forever. You can come back and watch this video and see how adults sometimes don't really know how to spell, no matter what they tell you as parents. But we do want you to give your time and money to the folks at Our Kids Read. It's a great organization, and you're going to learn more about it in just a moment. Thank you so much for sticking with us tonight. Spellebration is a great success because of people like you and the people we're honoring tonight and the financial support of so many organizations in Central Arkansas. I want to introduce you to the Spellebration co-chair. Kathy Tuggle's here, and she's going to tell you about more outstanding people.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to introduce to you our recipients of the 2020 Our Kids Read Community Leader Award. Hugh and Michelle McDonald. Hugh and Michelle have not only been extremely supportive of our organization, but they have given so much of their time as tutors. But before they come up and receive this award, we have a little surprise. We have some friends that would like to say hi to you and give a little testimonial. See the video.
Good evening. It's my privilege to share with you in honoring Michelle and Hugh McDonald with the 2020 Our Kids Read Community Leaders Award, an award that's very well deserved. If you know Michelle and Hugh, you know about their passion for literacy and education and the amazing ways that that has manifested itself through their volunteer activities for the last several years. In 2009, Hugh led a group of community leaders in a strategic planning process called Better Together, which was the precursor to Our Kids Read even beginning, because it was through that process that the business community and the faith-based community found that less than 40% of our third graders in all 4 public school districts in Pulaski County were reading at grade level, and that was simply something that we had to do something about. Hugh and Michelle stepped up as always. As Charlie Conklin and the Nehemiah Network created what we now know as Our Kids Read, they were at its forefront, both from a funding perspective as well as from a volunteer and a tutor perspective, which they continue to do to this day. It's their passion for helping others. It's their servant leader attitude. It's their willingness to, even after retirement, remaining in this community and state in which they didn't grow up, to continue to help others, that give us the reasons, and many others, to celebrate them as community leaders. We need more people like Michelle and Hugh McDonald in our lives. You know, as we celebrate this Spellebration event tonight, I'm reminded of a 1970s commercial that said, "How do you spell relief?" And if you remember that commercial, the answer was ROLAIDS. Well, tonight we ask, how do you spell passionate literacy for children? And tonight you learn we spell that MICHELLE and HUGHMCDONALD. Congratulations, Michelle and Hugh. We love you. We appreciate all that you've done for us and for the many children that you've impacted, but we also look forward to together working to help make this a better place, a better region, and a better state. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Hugh and Michelle. There's no one more deserving of this honor than you. Arkansas changed for the better when you made this great state your home approximately 20 years ago. Every day since then, you have both given everything you have to making this community a better place to live. When I think about your contribution to education and to literacy, I know that it comes straight from the heart. More importantly, I can attest firsthand to what amazing teachers you are, as I consider myself a student. I've seen you touch others with your compassion, and you serve as role models to all community leaders and servants. It's my honor to congratulate you on this award.
Congratulations, thanks for reading with us. Congratulations, thanks for reading with us.
I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you, Hugh, and you, Michelle, on this honor. Everybody knows that both of you have been involved in causes that help all of Arkansans, particularly young people. And this is another example of a real acknowledgement of who you are and what you've done. And while Hugh may be more well known in some of the business circles, I think everybody knows that Michelle has been a driving force in the philanthropic activities that you all have been engaged in, particularly as it involves young people. Education, the ability to be able to do those basic things to make education really work, such as reading and comprehending, are such an essential part of improving the quality of lives of our young people and ultimately the quality of lives of all Arkansans. You have been leaders in this regard. You are being honored for it. I'm sorry that the pandemic has got us doing all of this stuff virtually because many people would love to see your faces. But let me also add for Ginger that both of us are very proud of both of you, and congratulations on this honor and on this award.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our 2020 Our Kids Read Community Leader Award recipients, Hugh and Michelle McDonald.
All right, so Hugh and I really want to thank you, Arkansas Kids Read. This organization has been very special to our hearts. I don't know if I could say it any better than you just said everything I want to say. But thank you also to Kathy Tuggle, co-chair, and Dion for all your hard work and your staff and all the sponsors. We really appreciate all of you, especially. I'm not sure we're really worthy for this recognition. We just signed up to tutor 4 years ago and have been doing it since then, and it's just been a labor of love. And I just feel like it's effortless thing to do. We have thoroughly enjoyed the time we spent this last 4 years building relationships and reading proficiency, getting children involved and proficient, hopefully by 3rd grade. Not necessarily does that happen, but we're trying our best. As you know, while our goal is to help children
reach grade level reading by third, the time you spend with them becomes more than reading. It is also writing, vocabulary, consistency, showing up all the time. It's listening, how their week was, or maybe helping them through a rough patch with, say, a classmate or a problem that they may be having that day. And you feel like you're not really getting anywhere that day, but you realize when you left that you accomplished little tiny increments of things, and that's what's important. And so, therefore, I just want to say thank you again. We greatly appreciate you.
Again, thank you. As Michelle said, we're honored to be here. Not sure we're worthy of the recognition, but we've loved what we've done with the organization. I know that we're preaching to the choir here about the organization and the mission of Our Kids Read, of getting kids to read at their grade level by third grade is just so important. In fact, it's probably never been more important today, given the challenges that the community and the nation and the world's going through with COVID. The kids need the help. Students certainly need the help. We absolutely love the organization and support it. We love the idea from the beginning. While these kids aren't our kids, the community is just as much ours as anybody else. And so to the extent that we can support these kids, the community is better off. And if we can convince those kids to use the initiative of reading and showing up and helping them, perhaps that will make them better readers. We hope certainly that'll make them better readers, but hopefully it'll keep them in school a little longer. They'll graduate from high school and hopefully go on to some sort of post-secondary education and training. And when that happens, that's helpful for the community as a whole. When our kids graduate and go on to additional training and education, that helps the community, that helps the workforce. When we have a more employable workforce, obviously we're going to have greater jobs, more better jobs in our community, and that just helps everybody, helps our community. So if you're not a tutor yet, sign up. It's a lot of fun. Michelle and I have certainly enjoyed it, and we're certainly not anywhere near the teachers. Thank God for the teachers who commit their life to this profession, but to the extent that we can help those teachers and help those kids by showing up consistently and helping them be better readers and helping them understand to finish school and to go on and helping them understand why it's important to stay in school and finish school, then we've done our job, and hopefully others will do the same. So child by child, student by student, year after year, one child at a time, we'll get there. So again, we thank you. I see Dr. Poor out there. Thank you, Doctor, and all the superintendents that have supported Our Kids Read. We certainly couldn't have done that without the partnership and your leadership as well. So thank you all very much. Michelle and I appreciate you. Hope to see you out there.
Okay, guys, we have a very special guest we'd like to introduce to you. You know, the leadership of the Little Rock School District, and in fact, our entire State Board of Education, it's very important and rests on the shoulders of a few men. This next man is a man you might see in media, you might see him at the schools. He's Dr. Michael Poor.
Good evening to everyone, and I hope that you're having a wonderful time watching Our Kids Spellebration. This is a good event, one that I've always looked forward to participating in, and tonight it's my pleasure to be asked to be a contributor to this event. And I want to contribute by sharing how much this organization means to the school districts of this county. Our Kids Read is really foundational. And this year, as a part of our Back to School Leadership Institute, we decided that we wanted to recognize community folks who are really doing things that are foundationally important for our young people. And when we started to brainstorm about organizations that are foundational, boy, did we land quickly on Our Kids Read and Miss Dion Jackson. If you think about this, foundational, and we came up with an award and a name for it, which was called the Bricklayer Award, which was really hard for an old basketball coach to say bricklayer was positive, but it is in this sense because bricklayer, again, foundational and strength and bringing forward a delivery for our young people. Foundational in the sense of creating connective opportunities with caring adults that are there on a regular basis. Foundational in the support of helping provide the glue to making young people be literate, to having them at grade level for their reading. And so Miss Dion Jackson and Our Kids Read were a part of our initial Bricklayer Award for the 2020 school year, and Little Rock School District is extremely proud to present this award to Miss Dion Jackson and Our Kids Read.
I just want to say that I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be a recipient of the Little Rock School District Bricklayer Award. I'm so thankful to Mr. Michael Poore and his staff for all that they have done to support Our Kids Read through the years. As a graduate of a Little Rock School District school, the Little Rock School District means so much to me, but not only the Little Rock School District, all of the school districts that we get to serve in the Pulaski County and surrounding areas. Literacy is important and it's a foundation to our work. And I'm just excited that we have the opportunity each school year to support students and their efforts to read better. So thank you so much, Mr. Poore, and to your awesome team for this award, and we hope to continue to make you proud. It is my honor to be here this evening to recognize someone who has been so special to Our Kids Read from its beginning when it was founded in 2012. Miss Judy Love has served as one of our board members since its founding in 2012, and she has done a fantastic job to make sure that our organization has continued for many years to be on the steady path of making sure all of Arkansas students are reading on grade level. We are pleased to recognize Judy Love on this evening for her contributions, her significant contributions to Our Kids Read. This year, she has finally decided after 8 years to roll off of the board of directors, but we could not let her leave without recognizing her. So I would like to call Judy to the front, please. I'm sorry, Kathy, I'm touching.
Yes, really. Thank you, Dion, and all of you so much. This is a complete surprise to me. It has been an honor and a blessing to me to be involved with Our Kids Read since the beginning. I love tutoring. I love everything that this organization does, and I'm so grateful for all the volunteers who keep it going. And thank you to our sponsors for this evening, and I hope that if you are out there watching and you're not a tutor and you'd like to be, sign up. Thank you.
We thank you so much for joining us on this evening to celebrate spelling and all things literacy and reading. I'm Dion Jackson, the Executive Director of Our Kids Read, and it has been a privilege to serve this last year as Executive Director. One of the things that I want to do this evening is just to thank our sponsors. Thank you to Entergy for serving as our presenting sponsor. Thank you for our team sponsors, our library sponsors, and all others who have supported our efforts this evening. We also thank you in advance to all of those who are participating in our silent auction. Remember, you can go to 32auctions/Spellebration 2020 and continue to bid on those fantastic items that are there. Before we close, I do want to give us an opportunity to hear from our co-chairs, Jonathan Oliver and Kathy Tuggle, if they would come. Kathy, I just want to thank you so much for all that you have done to make Spellebration a success. We truly appreciate you. And Jonathan, it would not be a spelling bee without some honey. We really appreciate you for all that you've done as co-chair.
And I'll be brief, but I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight and tuning in, and thank you for your support of Our Kids Read. We couldn't do it without all of you.
Yeah, Our Kids Read really appreciates the sponsors, the people who participated tonight, the teams who got to spell those incredibly hard words. You know, it was fun trying to think about snollygoster and hullabaloo, but we had a hullabaloo of a time here. That's probably not the right way to use it, but we enjoyed it. Thank you so much for supporting Our Kids Read through Spellebration.